Previously on Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. A quantum leap into faith. Each life I live further obscures my own. You'll never know what you see in the glass. Am I in the friendly or danger zone? Timeline corrupted forever, alas. To live is an awfully big adventure. Every leap taken creates its own song. Each life lived creates its own heart-wrencher. But I must now put right what once went wrong. To walk, no, leap, a mile in a stranger's shoes. How far into this new life can I roam? A pianist today, tomorrow what's new? Wondering, will my next leap be the leap home? What is a life but trials, toils, and joy? Each day a new opportunity. Oh boy. Oh my goodness gracious! That was a beautiful sonnet that we wrote last week. And so it is time for Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. Good morning, friends. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and it's time to write some sonnets here together. We're going to create something unique, something maybe silly, and always very special. I have a new banner behind me. Can I shift out of the way so you can see it? There you go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yes. And as a special treat today, I mean, it's no secret. I don't know why I'm keeping her off screen. As a special secret today, we have Lady Prudence, the court composer, joining us on screen to write. Hello, Lady Prue. How are you doing?
Greetings, Shakespeare. I am so excellently happy to be here with you. As you might remember, I was essential to the writing of the last sonnet, so I'm glad to have my voice present.
Yes, you are. You are very essential to that. In fact, you could say you are this show's essential worker. So I do hope that you remain in very good health. And also, everyone, if you want to support our Lady Prudence, make sure you go and follow her Facebook page right there, facebook.com/lady.prudence.piper. You can also download soothing tunes, ladyprudence.bandcamp.com. Sweet and sassy songs at voicesofvirtue.bandcamp.com. You can also support her by becoming a Patreon of the arts for her at patreon.com/ladyprudence. So do make sure that you throw all the love and support to her today. So, Lady Prudence, you are in the Bristol Renaissance Fair today.
That is correct. Now, Shakespeare, this is the first time I have appeared at Bristol in 8 years. 2013 was the last time I had the pleasure of being at this fair. Because ever since I've been at the New York Renaissance Festival, and they overlap just enough that it's been difficult. But I am so thrilled to be back at this beautiful fair. And if we have a little time at the end of our segment, then I'll show you a little bit about one of my favorite parts of the fair. It's truly beautiful.
Well, I do hope that we have time to do that. So good for you to be back there. And to everyone joining us this morning, Kathy Evans over on YouTube. Good morrow, John Van Vliet over on YouTube. Aloha, Master Shakespeare. Very good to have us today, of course. Screaming Dragon on Twitch, twitch.tv/Nat21Adventures. Thank you so much to Nat21 for co-hosting this show. So David Percival over there, Sally on Twitch. John Van Vliet says, "Am I sure I approve of that new banner?" Well, it does say that I do. So, and it's in the font that was created for me. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes, I do. Yes, I do approve. Skylark, Siracco, hello, Adam Bly, good morrow, Adam, and friends. Start thinking about what you want to write about today for this magical sonnet, because we are about to go through the rules of sonnets, because sonnets do have rules, as all of us know. So let's go through them right now. Now, a sonnet is a 14-line poem, and it has 3 4-line stanzas. So each stanza of 4 lines, there are 3 of them. Line A rhymes with line C, meaning the first line rhymes with the third, and line B with line D, which means the second line rhymes with the fourth. And you repeat that pattern for all 3 stanzas. You close it off with a rhyming couplet, which means those 2 lines rhyme together. It's all written in iambic pentameter. That means 10 syllables per line. Now, that can go to 11 syllables, which makes it hendacasyllabic. And you do that if the need arises, meaning if you can't get across your point otherwise, or you want some extra special emphasis, and what have you. One thing I like to do is when we do go hendaka syllabic, for it to mirror another line. Whether so if the first line is 11, let's make the third line 11, or that it even mirrors a line in an earlier stanza. So it tries to do that. So what are we writing about today? This show is largely brought to us by your creativity at home and Lady Prudence's creativity right here with us. And let's see what we're writing about. So we have a option right away: the innocence of childhood, as suggested by Screaming Dragon. Wow, that could be very basic or very much a deep hole to fall down. But yes, that's a wonderful one. So David Percival says the proper cuppa. That's fantastic. John Van Vliet over on YouTube says taking a chance. 3 good choices so far. All right, so innocence of childhood, taking a chance, the proper cuppa. All right. If there's any more, throw them in there. And then Lady Prue, you and I, we're going to be the deciding vote on this.
Indeed. I'm very glad to have that privilege. These are already some topics that...
yeah, it's a responsibility. That's what it is.
Precisely. It's also a luxury.
Oh, a luxury. Oh, very nice. Yes. So this is gonna be so weird for me, because although I've had you in the chat a couple of times, especially last week where you were providing so many wonderful line suggestions, and I've had other writers hanging out in the chat. I've had writers of like doing it, people who do this for fun or as a side hustle. I've had other Renaissance Festival musicians like yourself, Renaissance Festival writers like myself, but we've had some writers of greater fame in here as well, in the chat. But you're the first one to have on screen with me, so I'm a little nervous. This is a good time.
How can I put you at ease, Shakespeare?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just once we get into it, it's probably going to be like, all right, yeah, this is how we
Don't worry. Yes, we're going to both be scrabbling for the keyboard at the same time. No. I think this one should be the third. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, in order to accomplish that, both of us scrabbling for the keyboard at the same time, today's document is going through Google Docs. Oh, there it is. All right. So, and in order to keep us both on screen, that's how we're going to both be small. What are you typing in there? What are you typing in there, person? Good morning, Shakespeare. All right, now you're freaking me out. All right. Oh, wonderful. But let's see. Sally suggests decluttering. Sally, why are you attacking me personally?
Oh, heavens. I felt that on a very personal level.
Yeah, it's that Sally. How have you seen my office? That's ridiculous. And Timotheus says not to get too dark, but the loss of a loved one you didn't get to know well enough. Oh well,
Ooh.
If you have lost someone, Timotheus, excuse me. My deepest sympathies to you, mate. I'm so very, very sorry. That executive decision, I think that might be the way to go.
Right. Aren't all loved ones that you didn't get to know well enough?
Certainly that argument to be made. All right. Heaven. So let's go with all right, there is our theme for the day. Ode to the loss of a loved one we didn't get to know well enough, and we'll come up with the title later. Loss of a loved one not known well enough. All right, excellent suggestion. And everyone at home, start coming up with your oh, that's what that one does. All right. Nope, I don't want that one either. Start coming up with your line suggestions, and we're going to put them into the candy jar. So As you can see, every ode is an ode to something. Every poem, and like, let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. If I can expand, if I can zoom in on that. Yes, here we go. So every poem is an ode to something. And then the candy jar right here, that is where we keep lines that we like, but we're not quite sure what to do with yet. And maybe they get used. Sometimes, unfortunately, they do not. But that is what we are looking for. What are you doing?
Sometimes
Prue's working space.
I need a space to write myself.
Oh, all right, all right. So you get your own working space. All right. Well,
Right,
I'm going to keep the
exactly.
bullet. I'm going to keep the bullets there for.
Of course you can. Please do.
All right. So start throwing in line suggestions. Remember, we're looking for about 10 syllables per line, and if you don't hit 10, that's okay. We'll finish it.
We
All
can
right,
workshop it.
Sally. Yeah, Sally says, "Alas, York, I did not know you well. Need levity for this one, not for use." So that'd be Yorick that we would do. Alas, poor Yorick. I did not know you well. I see. The thing is, we don't necessarily need levity for this. Not all of our sonnets need to be silly. So I like this quite a lot, Sally. So alas, Yorick did not know you well. See, that works. Oh, I like where you're going there, Prue. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. Oh, that's a good time. All right, all right. Screaming Dragon, the memory of them live on in our heart. Good one, good one. Memory of them live on in our heart. And what is Prue? Can one? Look at Prue go. Look at Prue.
I work best in typed form.
Wonderful. Very good. I work fastest, obviously, in type form, but I work best personally in longhand. Longhand, and then just so I can scratch something out and write it in again.
Oh, I
I
see. Well,
I
your
like
handwriting is terrible, so that doesn't work for me.
Oh, you have a copy of my handwriting.
Indeed, and it's impossible to read.
It's impossible to read my handwriting. Oh, damn your
Indeed.
eyes, woman! What? This is kind of you're off of my show. That's what I'm
If
doing.
if you will recall, kick me off if you must, but if you will recall, that fact has bitten you where the sun doesn't shine as well.
Oh yeah, I can't read my own writing. The thing is, other people. The fun thing is, other people will pay. This is neither here nor there at this moment. But other people will pay me money to write things out. They're like, your handwriting is so pretty. It's like, well, when I'm like taking my time, sure, but you have it from you scandalmonger. You have it from when I was writing it on my iPad, and so I was able to just like text it over to you real quick, which is a very good facsimile of my writing, but it is not as fine and perfect as I can make it on paper. So so when we next see each other in person, which I believe is not going to be at a fair until possibly late fall, if we can get you down into Louisiana, but otherwise in the mid-fall, like midweek, when you're at New York and I'm at Connecticut, and we'll like.
So I shall have to be satisfied with handwritten letters from you until then.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen because I'm inherently lazy.
Same though.
All right.
You've been kind enough to advertise my Patreon for me, and that really ought to inspire some action on my part, I think.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yep, it should.
All right, here we go. We all fit into our time and our space and bound by the laws of our human race. Oh, good couplet, Johnny O. Let's put that in. All right. Goodness, we all fit into our time and space. We all fit into... Goodness gracious, I can't type today.
Yes, did your fingers slip?
Yes, actually. But also, it didn't autocorrect.
Oh dear. Oh, autocorrect. The bane and benefit of our existence.
Yes. The thing is, it was like, I didn't mean duck, and like, I always mean duck. I always mean duck. That's the thing. We only met on special holidays. Good line. Screaming Dragon. We only met on special holidays. We think we have all the time in the world. Ah, that's heart wrenching.
That might be the opener. We think we
I'm
have all
thinking
the
maybe the
time
second
in the
line.
world.
That could be either the opener or the second line. Because so on that Peru, we could take alas poor Yorick, I did not know you. Alas Yorick, I did not know you well, and we think we have all the time in the world. I think those two very easily can go together.
I'm putting a star next to it because I really like that one.
Well, yeah, and here's the fun thing. So, what we're gonna do? Copy, take it out, come up, drop it in, and there we go. Yep, we think we have all the time. So we think we have all the time in the world. Right. That is wonderful. The older we get, the more death we see, Sally says. The older we get, the more death we see. And we love and we fight and we all too shall pass. Oh, in equal we all end up under the grass. Oh, very nice, John.
Ooh. I think we can take the third we out. We love and we fight, and all too shall pass.
We love and we fight, and all too shall pass. Yep, that would make... Or we love and fight, and we too shall all pass.
No, I liked it the other way.
See, this is what happens. You have two writers fighting now. An equal, all end up under the grass. All right, and I'm gonna scroll down just to look at can anyone truly say they have gone? So, we think we have all the time in the world. Alas, my love, I did not know you. You know what?
That might... Is that the opener?
I really want to bring in my alas, my love, but I think it almost might open the second stanza.
I think I like it as an opener, unless we find something else, or maybe it's maybe the second line. No, I think I like it as the first line of the first stanza, because that really
Alas, my love
takes us straight to gaily forward to what our topic is.
All right. Alas, my love, I did not know you well.
We think we have all the time in the world.
Which could also be the final line of a stanza. So let's try this here. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. All right. Nicole jumping in. Good morning, Nicole. Lovely to have you here. So David says, first part of that cover is 10, second line is 11. Yep, we'll fix it. No worries. And let's see. All right, so I don't quite like how the screen, how it's sharing this particular screen, but that is just my own annoyance of how it's happening. I like the being able to share it with you, but I do not like that it is. I have to go back and forth like that. But,
Oh, alas. Well, can you? Well, I suppose if you zoomed out too much, then our friends wouldn't be able to see very well.
yeah, exactly. So there. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna. So we have only 2 lines down at this moment, but let us keep working here. Let's see what we have. All right. Goodness. So I'm going to take out from your Prudence working space just because I've used it. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. Oh, I have an idea for a line here.
Yes.
On your memory. So upon your memory, so often I dwell.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
And oh, look at some of these couplets from Lady Prue. In the grandest game, in all in turn our pawns, we meet, we part, and finally we move on. Oh, I love it. So very chess. As long
Right.
as in our memories they live on, can one ever truly say they have gone? So wonderful. Oh.
That's why I'm going to spend a lot of time silent because I'm putting together my lines. Do our friends have any more lines to add to
Yes,
our efforts?
yes, here's one from Johnny O. At year's end, when we sing to Auld Lang Syne, the path's not taken the passage of time.
Ooh, I like the
I
line
like
about
that.
Auld Lang Syne.
As do I. At year's end, when we sing to Auld Lang Syne. Year's end, when we sing to Auld Lang Syne. It's not taken passage of time. I find so often with the more serious toned sonnets that takes us a little bit longer to write them because this is just not a space where our brains like to go too often, even though we often do dwell there so very,
And it
very
is
often.
a subject that inevitably touches us all.
It really does. There's no getting out of it. I mean, every single one of us, and it will have to face this, both of our own mortality, our own mortal coil, but also just saying goodbye. I mean, I don't want to use this line, but the Muppets say it so beautifully.
What do the Muppets
Saying
say?
good. What do the Muppets say? You ask. Saying goodbye. Why is it sad? It makes us remember the good times we had, touching a hand and wondering why. It's time for saying goodbye. Like, I don't believe we're going to do better than Paul Horner, but but
I mean, what is Shakespeare when there's a Paul Horner in the world?
this is what I'm saying. Yes, and I know several Pauls Horner, so that is Yeah, I really do. I know three gentlemen named Paul Horner. None of them are the Paul Horner, but yeah. Like in terms of like writing for the Muppets, but yeah. Um our hearts so heavy will lighten one day. Screaming Dragon, that is a beautiful line. Well done. Our hearts so
Yeah.
heavy will lighten one day. Our hearts so heavy will lighten one day. I love that. Well done. Well done, you. All right. So, let's get into this again. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. Upon your memory, so often I dwell. Let's see. Curled, furled, whirled.
Ooh, something about oyster and the pearl.
I was
As
thinking something
sand,
like that.
as sand within the oyster becomes pearl, so shall. Mm.
As the sand within the oyster is pearled.
Yes. Want me to type
But
that one?
the thing, yeah. But here's the thing, and here's our problem. It doesn't make sense with the previous
Yes, it
lines. Let's
does,
say.
though. It does make. If our next stanza is about how our memory strays from the reality, because this sonnet, remember, our prompt was a loved one not known well enough, but inevitably we all fill in the gaps with either our favorite memories or the impressions that were left. So
Oh,
there's always some untruth in our memory as sand becomes a pearl, and we can explore whether those memories of the person are false or if they really find the truth in the matter.
all right. You know what? I accept. Well done.
I
All
am
right. Well
feeling
argued.
so profound right now.
As the sand within the oyster is pearled, and that's 10. So there we go. So here's our first stanza then. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. Upon your memory so often I dwell, as the sand within the oyster is pearled. All right, there we go. All right, this
Mm-hmm.
is, this has potential to be so sad and potentially profound looking. All right,
Right.
all right. Jumping down, looking at some of your lines here. The grandest game all internal Paul we meet. I really like the grandest game one. Oh, all
Right.
right.
So I think the
All
second
right.
verse can be about the specifics of occasions. So I like putting in, we only met on special holidays. At year's
Yeah.
end when we sing to Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. All right. All right. And I would actually then reverse uh the paths not taken passage of time because I'd like to end it with all this paragraph could end with Auld Lang Syne. If you see where I'm going with that.
well,
So
I'll
the
allow
path's not
it.
taken. The path's not taken the passage of time. At year's end, we sing Auld Lang Syne. So yeah.
No. I like it. I like to opening with, we only met on special holidays.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying to not open it with that. I'm saying
Oh, I see.
this couplet right here, when we break it up, the second part goes first.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
no, I like holidays followed directly by Auld Lang Syne. And then I've written another one that I like to rhyme with holidays. The fondest memories in the heart will stay. The path's not taken the passage of time. We might need a different end to the couplet. Move over,
See,
Shakespeare. It's my show now.
It's not your well. Then you've got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning every Thursday, or before that actually, so you can do the show because
Never
you're in
mind.
Central Time.
I like being a guest.
There you go. Oh, all right. So it's welcome everyone, lords, ladies, gentles, all guys, gals, and non-binary gingerbread pals to an in-person writers room where both people have opinions. Like, all right, here we go.
With one change. All right, I'm going to start assembling the second stanza the way that I want to see it, and then you can decide if you like that.
All right.
Let's see, because I've got. Oh, sorry. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these silly bullets. That's just the fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
There. I made a small change to the paths not taken line.
All right. And we're going to have to adjust for syllabic length here. But here we go. We only met on special holidays, at year's end, when we sing to Auld Lang Syne. The fondest memories in the heart will stay, with the paths not taken, the passage of time.
Because then we can move on to the third stanza, where it's about reflecting on the older we get, the more death we see, but the memory of them living on in our heart, and how the memories may not tell the whole story, but in the grandest game, we all are pawns. I don't know.
All right. So, all right, we're gonna make this flow, and then one thing that always happens, well, not always, one thing that happens about 1 in every 4 is I like the stanzas, but then I reorder them and they tell a better story.
I understand, and I trust you.
Yeah, and so that will happen. That has a 1 in 4 chance based on previous sonnets of happening. All right, so. The fondest memories in the heart will stay, with the paths not taken, the passage of time. With the paths not...
The passing time, perhaps?
No,
I don't like that as much.
No. So, undo.
Or perhaps... No. Or we could take out that.
Or hold on. No,
and make the second.
No. Leave that one there. So.
All right. Tane. Ah, that's why you're Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's why they pay me the big money.
That was a clever use of an apostrophe there, Shakespeare.
Oh, right.
I like how you use your apostrophes.
So here's a fun fact for you. So, contractions have always existed in the English language. Not necessarily the way we do them now, but they've always existed. Half of the contractions that Shakespeare uses is purely to fit a meter.
Absolutely, that makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah, and the fun thing is on that, people are like, oh yeah, he's just like, well, like there are like English professors who are like, oh yeah, Shakespeare invented this word and that word, but they don't give credit for contractions so often. And it's just like, you never see this word anywhere else. This is where it starts. It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't count. It's like,
how rude.
Fie on you. Yeah. All right. So that, but if you're an English teacher that doesn't do that, then I love you. All right. So I'm not putting fie upon the entire profession. So, all right. So let's see. Jumping back into Sally. Our heart develops its own misery. Does time really heal the loss death creates? Oh, those are two good
Ooh,
lines, Sally. Those are two good lines, and they can go back to back. So let's throw that in here.
wow. Yes, indeed.
Um. Yeah. So let's see. Our heart develops its own misery. Our heart develops its own misery. And then next line was, does time really heal the loss death creates? Does time really heal the loss death creates? Well, I'll just answer that. No, it doesn't. It gets easier to deal with, but it doesn't. I'd say it forms a scab, a callus. It doesn't heal the wound itself.
Ooh, I'm starting to think that I want to see the love and fight and all too shall pass. Does time really heal the loss death creates? And equal we all end up under the grass. Hmm. Because death for no one, because death like the tide for no one will wait. There.
Hmm. I like that, but I have an alternative. So if you wanna throw these in, I'm gonna work on this alternative line. So if you want to grab those,
All right.
so that's gone.
Because I like this. There's some regret. It's the unfinished business of death.
Yeah. All right.
Because that's
All right.
part of the loss that is created by death.
Yeah.
Is the unfinished business. That's why we have so
All
many
right.
ghosts.
No, let me tell you later my theory on ghosts. I don't think ghosts are unfinished business. Former people. I believe that ghosts are people you're seeing in another time. It is time. It is the veil between time periods being thin. So just as they are
Ooh.
ghosts to us, we are ghosts to them.
Ooh, that would explain a lot of psychics and clairvoyance and things.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just the veil, but it's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. All right, I have a potential alternative to that final line right there. Death like the tide for no one will wait. Um, so we love and we fight, and all too shall pass. Does time really heal the loss death creates? Equal we all, and I take
We
out the
don't need the
and.
end. Yeah.
No, we don't need it. It's an awkward sentence. Equal we all end up under the grass.
Oh, my line only has 9. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
It could
No,
be.
that's not it. No. For none of us can escape that last fate. Here, let me write down. Oh. Um,
No, I like the death and the tide verse better.
well, of course you do, because that's your line.
No, I'm
But
not biased. It's just that there's simile in it, and we always love our symbolism.
you're entirely biased. You're 1,000%
Not
biased.
at all. I love Shakespeare. I love everything that you write, Shakespeare. It's just that this time I like my words better. Let our friends vote in the comments. Do they want the the simile like the tide, or do they want to hammer down how we can't escape?
Well, so it's so funny. It's so funny that you're like, oh, did they write down which one do you want better? Write it in the comments, because in the comments, the author of the one line's like, oh, I like your version of it better, Shakespeare. the Auld Lang Syne.
Listen, I'm going to take my portions of this poem, and I'm going to go home.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm
There,
feeling
now you don't get to have the sand within the oyster, and you don't get to have.
That was a collab. That was a collab. That's what that one was. All right. All right. So here we go. We love and we fight, and all too shall pass. Does time really heal the loss death creates? Equal, we all end up under the grass. Change that to equal. For death, like the tide, upon no one will wait. For death, like the tide, upon no one will wait. Changing one word. There we go.
Ooh, even better.
Thank you. This is why. This is all. This is also why I get a lot of work as an editor. So
Yes, I
just
love
like
it.
change that word, move that. All right. There is a line you writ that I am quite enjoying here. The fondest memories in the heart will stay, and then goes because it goes well with that. So our hearts so heavy will lighten one day. The fondest memories in the heart will stay.
We already used it in verse 2.
Damn. Oh, because that would have worked really well. All right.
Tell you what, we'll replace the whole poem with nothing but that line.
All right. Oh, promise. That'd be amazing. Oh goodness. All right. Let's throw a couplet. Let's finish this thing. Let's stick the landing here.
All right. I'm sorry, I don't like erasing things, so all of these lines that we've already used are still there because I'm incapable of ending things.
I do that. I do that purely so I can see and be reminded of what was used.
Right.
All right. Goodness. All right.
So I did try out a couple of couplets down at the
Oh,
bottom.
Prue. You asked and you received. You said, "Tell us which one you like better." Read your screen.
What? Shut up. I mean, I love our patrons, and they always have the best ideas.
Also,
I can't help it that you're wrong.
I'm enjoying your J.J. Abrams like lens flare right there. It's fantastic.
I was hoping that you were enjoying it because I don't know
No,
that there's anything I can do about it.
No. It is. I'm like transfixed by it right now. Like, this is amazing. Whenever I just go back to the two of us, it's like, "Nee." It also looks like there's a laser that you need to dive under, like if you're going on a quest.
Right.
All right. So, all right. Let's bring this home. Okay.
No, I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I can. There we go.
I really enjoy this couplet you created, Prue, but I don't think it quite fits with what we're doing so far. It doesn't fit tonally. But I want you to keep that and put it into a song.
All right.
Because
are we
also
going to save this document?
Yeah, but also, for instance, I mean, that also goes very well with that. So, for instance, just bear with me. As long as in our memories they live on, can one ever truly say they have gone? In the grandest game, all internal pawns, when we meet, we part, and finally we move on. That works as part of the same song.
Right.
Like that. So you need to keep that. those are very beautiful lines, and I want to see them used in something. Imperfect. All right. Fondest memories in the heart will stay. Jean Van Vliet says he loves Lady Prudence. Probably
Oh,
loves this.
oh,
Probably
go
loves this
on.
sass. Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of
you'll
sass, you can go download sweet and sassy songs. Voicesofvirtue.bandcamp.com. Oh, how's that for a segue? It's
well
like
done, you.
it's like I know what I'm doing. It's hosting a show.
You'll get the whole sass or no sass at all.
Yes. Also, Lady Prudence's other Bandcamp, ladyprudence.bandcamp.com, and also become her patron at patreon.com/ladyprudence. And Lady
Oh,
Prudence,
and
what you? Yeah, go ahead.
yes, Shakespeare. You asked earlier if I have any tip jars, and then I sent you a message to that effect, so that
Oh,
you
I
could.
did not see.
Indeed, I thought I'd let you know.
Oh, thank you. There we go. All right, let's do this. And also, I'm gonna just throw it as a link into the chat. So, all right, boom, and boom. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna edit that because that is messy. There we go. Better. All right. And let's see what we have.
I'm still working on the final couplet down in my working space.
All right.
Imperfect are our memories of those past, but kindness remains ever to the last.
I'm not loving that as
Oh my.
because the fondest memories in the heart will stay. So.
I just like it when people are nice to each other.
Yeah. No. And that is a great and good thing, and you're probably a Hufflepuff, but
Actually, yes.
oh, there we go. I'm really loving that one line. I'm just trying to create in my head something for it. All right, fondest here. I'm gonna 1 moment here. Oh, come on.
Girl, use that line, Shakespeare.
Don't use it?
It's in the second stanza. Do we need to just write a different line for the second stanza? No, keep it at the end.
No.
Keep it at the end. No, let's do a different, because that line didn't really fit in the second stanza perfectly anyway.
All right. So, fondest memories in the heart will stay. Oh, damn it.
It's all right. We only met on special holidays at year's end when we sang to Auld Lang Syne.
Oh, hold on, Prue. I got it.
Well, yes. They go with us forever and a day. Is that? It sounds a little cheesy to me. I sort of regret saying that.
I'm good with cheese. It doesn't need to be profound.
I really want it to be though.
You can want something to be profound, but it is all in the hearing, I suppose.
Reach deep into your profundity, Shakespeare.
Deep into my
No.
profundity.
Yes, I find profundity, when it comes from me anyway, usually it's an accident.
Yeah. I don't think it's something that you can strive for. I think it is an accidental. We only met on special holidays at year's end when we sang to Auld Lang Syne.
Something about from the path did stray.
I was thinking almost I know not the way, but okay.
Yes.
It's similar to a Samwise Gamgee of "Don't go where I can't follow."
Oh. So, because the last line, I love this. Whither paths not tame, passage of time. So, because it sounds like there's a room for a regret in there,
Yeah.
but too long between visits. Did time stray? Or stayed away? Did. But too long between visits to stay away. Because that's what there's. This is the verse with regret. We made these positive memories, but am I remembering you falsely because it was only during these high times that we met? I love every time you move your cursor, Shakespeare, because it just says Shakespeare approves, and I feel validated.
And on my side it says Harper Prudence.
Oh.
So that's wonderful. But that is actually the entire point of the name of my show, Shakespeare Approves.
To validate all you meet.
Yeah, no, yeah. It is partly a joke of because I named the show in an election year, so I'm Shakespeare and I approve this message.
Nice.
But also saying that I will Shakespeare think you are doing great, even if you're saying your mother's curtain's on fire. And it's just like, I love you. And that's also why it's like the logo is the buddy Shakespeare. It's like, hey buddy. Yeah. And thank you, Kevin Smith, for that. So here's what we have.
I love all the positive energy you put into the world, Shakespeare.
Thank you. Back at you, lady. All right. So here we go. All right. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. Upon your memory so often I dwell, as the sand within the oyster is pearled. We only met on special holidays at year's end when we sang to Auld Lang Syne. But too long between visits did stay away, where the path's not ta'en the passage of time. We love and we fight, and all too shall pass. Does time really heal the loss death creates? Equal, we all end up under the grass, for death, like the tide, upon no soul will wait. Let me just throw in some punctuation here. The fondest memories in the heart will stay. They go with us forever and a day. I like this a lot.
I think I like it too. I think we're
Excellent.
getting.
All right. Well, we are nearing the end of our time here, dear friends. So I just want to thank Lady Prudence, the court composer, for being here today. You can follow her on Facebook, facebook.com/lady.prudence.piper. Go and give her a like and a follow. You can get her music, original songs, on Bandcamp, prudence.bandcamp.com for the soothing tunes, and the sweet and sassy songs, voicesofvirtue.bandcamp.com. You can become her Patreon of the arts at patreon.com/ladyprudence. And you can also tip her in all of those wonderful places, and I threw those tip links into the comments as well. So PayPal, .me Lady Prudence, Venmo, Lady Prudence, Cash App, $ Lady Prudence, do all of it. And for me, dear friends, upcoming, and you can also catch Lady Prudence at the Bristol Renaissance Fair up in Wisconsin. So go up there and do it. For me, you can join me this weekend, New York Capital District Renaissance Festival, August 14th and 15th, right outside of Albany. And then I go into directing the Connecticut Renaissance Fair, and we open Labor Day weekend. But do make sure to come back next Thursday, Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and twitch.tv/nat21adventures. And you can also sign up for my newsletter. Another one is going out later today. Just drop me an email, shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com, mostly because I can't figure out the integration for click this button, and then you're on the newsletter. That's why I'm saying just send me an email. No, you want to be on it. So go ahead and do that. You can also follow me on all the things. If you're not watching me on Facebook, go to facebook.com/shakespeareapproves, youtube.com/shakespeareapproves. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the twitch.tv/nat21adventures. And you're also going to catch Lady Prudence and I on there on the main show, Nat21adventures, starting in just a couple of weeks. You can support the show buying me a cup of coffee at coffee.com/Shakespeare, and also become my patron of the arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare. Speaking of coffee, Shakespeare's Coffee Break will be coming back after Labor Day. One of the new guests is going to be Lady Prudence. And these are interviews almost entirely done in person, so it's very exciting for me. But friends, in the meantime, we've had a marvelous day here. I've so enjoyed having someone here in the writer's room with me, Lady Prue. So thank you for being here.
You say it was an overall positive experience. You didn't find it?
My god! Oh my goodness! Yes. Well, frustrations in as much that when everyone is just there in the comments, my word is law. You know, it's like, oh well, I'm going to put this here at the end. I'm going to make this work. But when you're here, I have someone to debate with, and that's a lot of fun. So
that is a role I enjoy in your life, Shakespeare.
Well, thank you. I love it. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, my friend. And we need to do this again at some point. Yeah, I need to get you back on.
I'm loving your sonnet segment, Shakespeare. It's bringing me loads of joy.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. So let's go out with reading this sonnet one more time. Oh, we need to name it. We need to name it.
Ode to the Pearlized Mem'ry.
Ooh, a Pearlized Mem'ry. Oh, that's a good title. A Pearlized Mem'ry.
And Shakespeare, is my sound quality good enough that I could do the final reading?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's bring it up nice and big there for you. Go ahead.
A Pearlized Mem'ry. Alas, my love, I did not know you well. We think we have all the time in the world. Upon your memory so often I dwell, as the sand within the oyster is pearled. We only met on special holidays, at year's end when we sang to Auld Lang Syne, but too long between visits did stay away, whither paths not ta'en, the passage of time. We love and we fight, and all too shall pass. Does time really heal the loss death creates? Equal we all end up under the grass, for death, like the tide, upon no soul will wait. The fondest memories in the heart will stay. They go with us forever and a day.